This is the biggest event in martial arts history. UFC 300 tomorrow night in Las Vegas, highlighted by 2 title fights and some of the greatest fighters in UFC history. The main card begins at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on pay-per-view, with the prelims 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ESPN and ESPN Deportes. ESPN Plus coverage begins at 6 Eastern. To order the main card in English and Spanish, go to espnplus.com/ppv. And with that huge event in mind, you already know we had to have former light heavyweight and heavyweight champion and current UFC analyst Daniel Cormier on. DC, thanks for joining us. What stands out to you the most about this UFC 300 card?
You know, Christine, is the depth. I mean, we have 12 current or former champions on the fight card. The first fight of the night features 2 former champions starting the fight card. It doesn't happen. And then a former champion ends the prelims onto the main card where you have 2 championship fights and a BMF title fight. This fight is the deepest fight card that we've ever had in the UFC's history. And I'm just happy that I got the best seat in the arena to call it.
Okay, so you mentioned that it's the deepest, but what fight are you looking forward to the most tonight?
You know, there are many fights on this card worthy of being the main event. But there's the people's main event. And a lot of times, that's what matters, right? The fight that the fans are most excited about, it's Max Holloway versus Justin Gaethje. You're talking about the BMF title between 2 championship caliber fighters, both former champions, Max Holloway, the featherweight champ, Justin Gaethje, the interim lightweight champion, and 2 of the most violent and fun guys in the entire UFC. When you put 2 guys like this together, it is guaranteed to be fireworks. And listen to this, Christine, fight bonuses are generally $50,000 for performance of the night. If you want to incentivize people, any bonus at UFC 300 is worth an extra $300,000. So I think we're going to get a ton of big fights from the T-Mobile Arena on Saturday night.
Okay, so you mentioned that weigh-ins is happening in just a few moments right behind you. What fighter do you think has the most to prove tomorrow?
I think it's Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira is the former UFC lightweight champion. He is fighting Arman Tsarukyan, a younger guy who is on his way up to becoming a title contender. When you are in that position, your career can go one of 2 ways, right? You can work your way back into a title fight as a #1 contender, or you start to head down and become a bit of a stepping stone for the guys moving their way up into the elite. Charles Oliveira has a ton to prove, but he has done it time and time again. And when you speak to Bronx, he will tell you right in your face that he's going to get it done Saturday and work his way right into a championship opportunity against Islam Makhachev.
Okay, finally, what do you think will be the biggest surprise of the night tomorrow?
Well, I don't know that it's a surprise, because when you talk about Holly Holm, how are you surprised with anything she's accomplished, right? She's a former champion herself, but she's taking on Kayla Harrison, 2-time Olympic gold medalist, making her UFC debut. And Holly Holm, the former champion, is the 2nd biggest underdog on the fight card. Look, we saw her knock out Ronda Rousey when Ronda Rousey was the best fighter in the world. Holly Holm has been here before. She has another opportunity to make a massive statement at UFC 300. And if she does, everything that she desires and she wants for in terms of championships and opportunities will be present for her again. Big moment for Holly Holm as she takes on Kayla Harrison.
Okay, again, as I mentioned, weigh-ins right behind you very shortly. Do you think there's going to be any fireworks there?
You know, I expect fireworks every time, but I'm messy, right, Christine? Like, I want people pushing each other on the stage. I'm hoping that they get into a little bit of action. I think it raises the excitement, but I don't know. Everybody seems to be getting along with each other, and for me, as the messy guy, I don't love it as much. But you know what? It is what it is. Let's see what happens here in the next few minutes.
You said you like the drama. I like the drama as well, so hopefully we see some fireworks. DC, thanks for joining us. We'll see you on pay-per-view tomorrow night.